A question has been quietly circulating online lately, and interestingly, it didn't begin with gossip blogs or random social media speculation. Instead, it started with commentary from beauty professionals. The question itself is straightforward, though a bit uncomfortable. What has changed about Meghan Markle's appearance? Before anyone jumps to conclusions, it's worth noting that many everyday viewers didn't immediately start making accusations. They simply looked at recent photos and experienced that brief moment of curiosity. When you see an image, tilt your head slightly and think, something seems a little different. Naturally, the internet then did what it always does. People began placing images side by side, older interviews, photos from Meghan's royal years, and more recent appearances after her move back into the broader entertainment spotlight. Some fans say she looks refreshed, others say more polished, while another group wonders whether the difference is larger than they expected. According to several dermatologists, aesthetic specialists, and cosmetic analysts who commented on the topic, the change likely isn't the result of a single dramatic procedure or a sudden transformation. Instead, they suggest it may reflect something quite common in Hollywood: the gradual layering of small adjustments. These might include subtle volume balancing, mild muscle-relaxing treatments, different makeup contouring techniques, and changes in lighting or camera lenses. Each factor on its own may appear minor, but when combined over time, the overall effect can make someone's face appear noticeably different. Beauty analysts also pointed out that one of Meghan's most distinctive traits in the past was how expressive her face seemed. Her eyes moved freely, her cheeks lifted naturally when she smiled, and her expressions often appeared lively and warm. The eyes, cheeks, and mouth are the parts of the face that communicate emotion most clearly. When even subtle adjustments occur in those areas, cameras can pick up the difference quickly. That's why some viewers feel her expressions now appear slightly more controlled or less animated than before. Online commentators have even jokingly given this phenomenon a nickname: Frozen. However, the experts discussing the topic emphasized an important point: the change may not come from excessive cosmetic work. Instead, it could simply be the result of many small refinements accumulated over several years. That leads to an interesting irony. Much of Meghan's public image was originally built around presenting herself as authentic and natural, somewhat distinct from traditional Hollywood beauty standards. Yet Hollywood often has a way of gradually guiding people toward a similar polished aesthetic: smooth skin, sculpted cheekbones, and carefully controlled expressions. Over time, many faces in the industry begin to resemble that same refined template. Another factor experts mentioned is lifestyle. Stress, travel, constant public attention, changing routines, diet, and disrupted sleep can all influence facial appearance, sometimes more significantly than cosmetic treatments themselves. There's also a technical element that often gets overlooked: camera technology. Modern high-definition cameras can be extremely unforgiving. Sharp lenses, intense lighting, tight close-ups, and heavy makeup can exaggerate angles and shadows that the human eye might barely notice in everyday life. In other words, what appears to be a dramatic transformation on screen might actually be the combined effect of lighting, styling, and very small aesthetic changes. One analyst summarized the situation quite well: when the entire world becomes familiar with your face, even a tiny adjustment can look like a major transformation. And that observation points to the deeper issue behind the conversation. It may not be that Meghan's appearance has changed dramatically. It may simply be that the public knows her face extremely well. After years of interviews, television roles, royal events, and countless photographs, her image has become almost like a recognizable brand. Even a slight difference stands out immediately. So the real question may not be about Meghan herself. Instead, it might be about the expectations placed on public figures. Are we witnessing the normal evolution of someone's appearance under intense scrutiny? Or are we seeing how Hollywood culture pushes women toward an ideal where aging naturally isn't always accepted, and maintaining a camera-ready look becomes almost a full-time responsibility? Celebrities live under constant observation. Every smile, wrinkle, or shadow examined in detail. Once the internet begins comparing images, the analysis rarely stops. Perhaps the question isn't really what happened to Meghan Markle's face. Instead, it might be worth asking why society expects a celebrity's appearance to remain unchanged forever. In an era of ultra-high-definition cameras and relentless online commentary, even the smallest difference can quickly turn into a worldwide discussion.